Y'all feel it?
A message to all you pseudo spitters. The sound is cool, but the trend I see is the truth is missing. I feel the flow is stupid. You claim that the music's different. I guess it's all opinion, depending on who was listening.
What's the word, y'all? This is KTR_podcast, Know the Ropes podcast, and you are now live and direct with your host, Cinco, Big Harv, and J-Bo himself. How y'all doing today on this Saturday?
I'm good,
chilling, brother. Chilling.
Yeah. Feeling good, feeling great. That's
All
what's
day.
up. Yes, and this is our Wrestling Weekly recap with Ramblin Gamblin Sports Network. Go follow them on Twitter @Gamblin. And like I said, they for the money. So if it don't talk about dollars, it don't make sense. So we're going to get right into it. This week in wrestling was a big week. It was the last weekly episodes leading up to the big pay-per event, one of the big four pay-per-view events of WWE Entertainment, and that is SummerSlam. Everybody loves SummerSlam. You know, it's one of the big four, along with WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble, and
Survivor Series.
Yes, in November, around my
Usually,
birthday.
even though it's more, I feel like Money in the Bank is a little bit bigger now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to get up there. It's going to take that place on the letter if it hasn't already.
I definitely can see that coming. And with that, with the pay-per-view event, you know, not a lot of people would think about, you know, betting on these super SummerSlam events that are coming up. You know, a lot of people do like sports gambling bets on like basketball, baseball, football, hockey. Should you even see bets on horse races now these days? But you can also put your money down for wrestling events. Yes, you can put your money down for WWE events. And all these odds are brought to you by my favorite city in the world, Las Vegas, Sin City. Yes, it is. And we're going to get right into our SummerSlam predictions. We're going to start off with the first match. The WWE Championship. Our hometown hero, Randy Orton, will go face-to-face with the champion, Drew McIntyre. And would you believe this? The champion is the underdog. Randy Orton is his favorite. So, in this match, who do you have going for it? Personally, for me, I don't want to speak for everybody, but he's from our city. I'm going with Randy Orton. Who y'all got?
You got J-Har.
I feel like they building it for Orton to win. Orton's been pretty dominant. They letting them punt the hell out of everybody walking. I enjoy that part. I'm not a big Orton stan. So I feel like they building it for Orton, but I'm gonna go with the Scottish psychopath.
Ooh.
I hope he holds it. I hope he keeps it. Orton's had it plenty of times.
I agree, just mainly because with Drew McIntyre, he's had a great WWE Championship reign. Randy Orton, he can take a loss and still be fine, in my opinion. So, man, you know, I love my hometown hero, but out of logic here, I think Drew's going to hold that.
Y'all are some traitors. How? Like what? This is Randy Orton.
I'm not an Orton dude, man.
He grew up
not my cup.
5 minutes
an Orton dude.
That's where we live at, and y'all just gonna say
I'm
going with Drew McIntyre. I'm going with the Sky Psychopath.
How I think it's gonna turn out. I think Drew McIntyre gonna pull it out.
I think that Orton's gonna win. I think they building it for Orton to win. He's been dominant as hell.
But who do you want to win? Where's your heart?
I want Orton to win. Let's put that out.
Okay,
there.
that's
want Orton.
We know what Big Harv. He don't like people, so it's all right. Yeah. Next match. I can't really see where this is going. The Universal Championship on SmackDown side. The Fiend is coming out finally to fight. Not Bray Wyatt no more. The Fiend will face Braun Strowman. In this match, the Fiend is obviously the favorite, and the champion once again is the underdog. Who do you got for this match? I got the Fiend. It's kind of obvious for me personally, so we're gonna go with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend.
Yeah, I'm going with the Fiend on this one. Braun Strowman, he had a decent Universal Championship reign, but I mean, Bray cannot take a loss at this point. Yeah. He just cannot. So yeah, I'm putting all my money on Bray for this one.
Bray can, the Fiend can't. They let
there
Bray,
you go.
Bray take losses all
Yeah.
day. The Fiend cannot afford, and I feel like they keep putting themselves in this position because he's had a decent title reign, Braun, but it's like it hasn't been as eventful. You know what I'm saying? As you hope. Same with Drew. Drew's has been a little better, but it still hasn't been as eventful. And him losing it just makes him feel like a placeholder for the title instead of being an actual champion, you know. But yeah, he's gotta be the Fiend. He's got to take it.
Yep, we all agree with that. And Clear saying he's the favorite. You got bet $170 on that to get your money in full. Next, we're gonna go with the women's titles on that one. So with that, we got both the Raw and the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. And the reason I'm putting these two together is because the champions are going against the same opponent in this match. First, for the Raw side, we have Asuka against the champion Bayley. And in this match, Asuka is the favorite. On SmackDown side, we have Asuka against I switched it up. I'm so sorry. The Raw women's side is Asuka versus Sasha Banks. SmackDown side is Asuka versus Bayley. So the Raw side, Asuka is the favorite. And for the SmackDown side, Asuka and Bayley are even, which is kind of weird to me. I feel like Sasha Banks be the favorite. It might get switched up now because after what happened on SmackDown and with Bayley losing, she has to go against Asuka first. So she's going to have to go against a strong Asuka while Sasha Banks gets the weaker Asuka because of what happened on SmackDown Live when the Beat the Clock challenge against Naomi. Shouts out to Naomi. She got a TV time. But anyway, who do y'all have in these women title matches? I'm going to say Asuka is going to win the SmackDown title but lose to Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks is going to retain the Raw title.
What do you think, Jay Hart?
I think that the Sasha and Bayley frenemy type thing has been going on literally for years.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a really good slow burn by WWE. They rarely are able to keep something like this up for this long. It's a toss-up for me. I really don't know. I feel like if one loses, they both lose because they're going to turn on each other and cost the other one the title. I don't know. I honestly don't know with this one. I'm going to go with she wins one. If she wins one, she wins both. I don't know why they unified the divisions right now, but the point that they have both champions facing one contender to me is kind of evident that they don't have enough high caliber female talent that they could put trust in to have two titles going at once. So I really don't know. I don't know what they're doing with this one.
I agree with Jay Harv. This was actually one of the more difficult predictions, but I still think they're going to go down the route where Sasha's going to end up going against Bayley for a championship belt. I think with Bayley's character, Bayley's going to find some way to win, and Sasha is going to lose. Sasha's going to be upset at Bayley, and then that's how they're going to build up their feud. So if I were to pick, I'll say Asuka will take the belt back to Raw since she's already on Raw. Makes sense. Then Bayley's going to find a way to win.
Okay, I feel you on that one. I could see that. See, my mindset was thinking Bayley loses, Sasha wins, Bayley gets jealous of Sasha, and then that's how they're going to get their fight. But that's how I see it.
Yeah.
But
there's a bunch of different ways really for them to build it right now. Actually,
right?
A bunch of different
ways. So.
Yeah.
That's good booking. That's good booking.
We're going to find out on Sunday at SummerSlam. Next match, we got the United States Championship match. I hate the way the title looks. But anyway, moving forward, we have MVP against Apollo. And the champion finally, for the first time, is the favorite against MVP. So with that being said, Apollo, you are losing your match this Sunday at SummerSlam at the Thunderdome. I'm just going to let this be known now because the Hurt Business is all going to be at ringside and you do not stand a chance. But happy birthday to you because today's your birthday. But anyway, who do you have for this match?
Hold on. There's a correction. I don't know when it was put out there, but they did say Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley has been banned from ringside.
They got updated again? That's true.
Yeah, so they're
banned. They are banned.
And so since they are banned, I believe MVP is going to win because they do this all the time where like wrestlers are banned from ringside so they think they're at a disadvantage. But in actuality, I think MVP is going to pull that out on top of the fact that the Hurt Business has been doing terrific on Raw lately. So MVP, he's not going to lose that one. Apollo, he had his reign, is done for. It's time for the Hurt Business to go up. So all cheers MVP.
Hard.
I agree. I do think it's going to be MVP. I wish it wasn't because I feel like he's a much better mouthpiece at this point. And it's at the expense of somebody like Apollo Crews, who was a really, really good wrestler, not quite a good
say it. Go ahead, say it. There you go.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I feel like MVP really should lose because of his age and I feel like he's a better asset to the Hurt Business, being the mouthpiece. And then they should, like back in the old days, a bunch of people lose in the faction, and then the big boss come out, take the title. I really think Lashley would be a better fit for taking the title, but it does look like MVP's probably going to take it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. Next match we got. It was a hair versus hair match, but now it changed from yesterday on SmackDown. Now it's loser leaves the WWE. And that match is between Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. In this match, Mandy Rose is a favorite by a whole lot. And I feel like, unfortunately, after all the things that she's going through this week, the stakes have gotten raised up a little bit more higher. So it's kind of obvious who is going to win and going to lose. So my pick for this is Mandy Rose.
J-Hawk.
I think Sonya, honestly. There's more upside to Sonya Deville. The promo that she cut on SmackDown, man, she's getting where she needs to be. And her shoot style of wrestling, her more MMA style, even though they have a couple people that can do it now, she's blended it better to where it looks more like WWE style. I just feel like she has more upside to Mandy Rose. I don't particularly like Mandy Rose other than when she's doing little side segments and stuff. She's not really in ring as well. I like the hair versus hair better because they always find some way with the loser leaves to bring somebody back. So I don't really like that stipulation. I'm gonna go with Sonya.
Yeah, I'm going with Sonya too, mainly because when they changed the hair versus hair to loser leaves, that was sort of like a flag that they're not going to go down the route that Mandy's going to win. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think Mandy even has that longevity of a wrestler anyway in comparison to Sonya Deville. So I think this is just a setup for Sonya to have a good, decent heel run. Like Jay Hart said earlier, we still don't have any good top stars in the women's division, so this could be another route for Sonya Deville to be up there next. So, Sonya.
I see. Well, Sonya to win. You get a big payout for that underdog pick. In the last match that we have listed for SummerSlam, the match that I think is a waste of time because I hate it, but I'm going to give it the chance.
Go ahead.
Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. And I hope and I believe and I see that Seth Rollins is definitely the favorite in this match. Should be favored by a lot more. He's at a 140. Should be higher, probably like 600 because he should just dog walk Dominic. But anyway, that's another story. I'm going with Seth Rollins obviously in this match. I don't like it. I don't want to see this match happen, but it is what it is. What y'all think? Please do not say Dominic's going to win.
I'm only going for Dominic because it pisses Sam off. Okay. All right. Whatever, dude.
Boy.
I'll give you some type of reasoning. I know Rey Mysterio has been negotiating with the WWE for a while now. And so this could be like another pull to help, keep Rey longer or to keep him happy, to have his son, soon to be Prince Mysterio, take out Seth Rollins. So, like I said, the main reason why is because Sam doesn't like him. But, yeah, I'm going with Dominic.
If Dominic channels the spirit of his real poppy up in heaven, his real name should be Dominic Guerrero, and hits a frog splash from the top of a ladder, he's still going to lose. He's not going to beat Seth Rollins.
Hey, thank you.
There's nothing he can do. I really feel like he's going to be a crash dummy in this match. He's going to get destroyed. He's going to look like he has a lot of heart like his dad. Ultimately, I feel like he's going to lose. I mean, they have, as far as I can tell, Ray's going to be at ringside and Buddy's going to be at ringside. Sorry, Murphy. Not Buddy, Murphy.
Murphy.
So, it's going to be overbooked. I think a lot's going to be going on at ringside. It's basically going to be a tag match, really. So if he does win, it's because of Ray. He's going to do something, he's Ray, ultimate underdog. But
right.
Yeah, I feel like Seth should and is going to win.
Good. Anyway. All right, that's all your matches for SummerSlam, but there's a couple more bets that are also included with SummerSlam this Sunday. They have two things on there, and it involves Mr. Money in the Bank, one of my personal favorites, Otis. So, for the first one, it's an even deal anyway. Will Otis cash in his Money in the Bank? Yes or no? I'm going to say no. It's not the time. It's not the right time for it right now.
No. Like neither champion. There's just no reasoning at this point. Yeah. Realistically, so no.
Okay.
It's a lot of it's some dominant cats in these title matches right now. I don't think he wants to lose that opportunity like that. Yeah, he don't want that smoke, man. He don't want that smoke. I thought that's not a tag match on the bill. I thought that there was
No. Wait, whoa! I'm sorry, I did miss a match. I scrolled right past it. The Raw Tag Team Championship.
There you go.
Our boys, the Street Profits, against Andrade and the Angel Garza, but unfortunately, the Street Profits are not the favorite.
As I expected,
Andrade and Garza are the favorites in this match. Street Profits, the champions, are the underdog. Who do you have winning?
Surprising though. I honestly think that Street Profits are gonna retain. That's another one, just like with Sasha and Bailey. They've been teasing them breaking up too much for me to really invest in them doing anything, long term. I've said it before. I know Sam, you don't really agree with me, but they're both phenomenal wrestlers. Zelina Vega's a great manager. I feel like they should be pushed better as a faction, but I just don't see it. They're too stop and go.
I agree, Jay Hart. That faction is going to break up, if not SummerSlam, the following on Raw. So, and plus the Street Profits, they're just doing big things in the tag team division anyway. So there's really no reason to go against them, even if they are the underdogs. They're the dominants, in my opinion.
My opinion is gonna surprise y'all because it surprised me too.
Oh.
The Street Profits, in my opinion, will lose at SummerSlam.
Wow.
Oh.
And it's not necessarily for like what's going on with TV and stuff like that. It's outside reasons because Angelo Dawkins just had his first baby child.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Dog Father. But during this time, I can see and understand why you want to spend so much time with your firstborn. So that's why I think it's going to take that time off. And at the same time, I can see that Montez Ford might get his little singles run right now while Angelo Dawkins is back at home possibly. It might be.
It never works out, man. If he gets a singles run, they're not going to do it like end up back together.
It's going to be like how it is with Big E, like it's just
not in that way.
You're going to get overshadowed a lot.
Don't get me wrong, Montez Ford, he's a great, wrestler. Even when he had his one-on-one matches, it's been great. But him and Dawkins is just the tag team together. They're not going to do it. It's one of those groups where separately it's not good, but together they're amazing. So I don't see them breaking up for any reason, good or bad.
Y'all say this now, but don't worry. Jay Harvin, like 2 or 3 years, going to say they need to break up. So that's another thing.
Yeah, in 2 or 3 years, of course.
Jay Harvin mind changes so much. So So.
This guy.
All right. So I believe that is all the matches we have for SummerSlam. Shouts out to Jeff Hardy for winning his 5th Intercontinental Championship this past Friday against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Shouts out to Cedric Alexander for winning the 24/7 title, but then losing it back to Shelton Benjamin on Monday Night Raw. Shouts out to Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro for retaining their SmackDown Tag Team titles against Lucha House Party. Might break up because
they about to break. I called that too. And
you did.
They don't need that. So
Nope.
Yeah. So that looks like that's all the time we have for KTR_podcast and Little Rose Podcast. Be sure to follow, subscribe, like, share, comment, give feedback, anything that you can do for us on social media. KTR_podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Another Roast Podcast on YouTube. Another Roast Podcast on Facebook. Another Roast Podcast on any podcast platform. Google Podcasts, Spotify,
everywhere.
Apple Podcasts. We are everywhere. And don't forget to tune in with the sports network of Ramblin and Gamblin Sports. Like I said, don't make dollars. It don't make sense. They are in there for the money. Follow them at @andgambling on Twitter. This is another Roast Podcast. And also one more thing to surprise everybody. Make sure y'all are tuning in to Monday Night Raw this Monday after SummerSlam because y'all will see me in the WWE Thunderdome live. Y'all see his face. Yes, I got in. And we are out.